Hi guys, I'm back with another wire wrapping tutorial. I'm gonna wire wrap some rings today. Some past videos I've made similar designs to this, but using sterling silver and gold wire, which I know are quite expensive these days. So I wanted to make a video using affordable materials, but at the same time still using nice gemstones. Anyway, for these rings, you don't need a lot of tools. You just need a ruler, some chain nose pliers, some nippers, a ring mandrel, and I have a rawhide mallet just to give the rings their nice shape. And I've got some 20 gauge round wire. This is coated copper from Wire that I'm using. So I use this because it's dead soft. You can use that silver coated wire from the craft stores too in 20 gauge. It's a little stiffer, but it's still doable. So this is affordable. On Amazon, I got some lolly beads. I forgot how much they were. I think it's like 10 bucks for all these beads. And they come in different sizes. Looks like 2 millimeter, 3, 4, 5, and 6 millimeter. And for my center piece, I've got 6 millimeter amethyst and 6 millimeter snowflake obsidian. I'm sure you can buy nice round beads like this at Michael's for an affordable price. For this first ring, I'm just going to use 3 beads, 1 6 millimeter and 2 of the 4 millimeter silver beads. Let's put those aside. For your average sizes, you only need like 10 inches or 25 centimeters, thereabouts. And add your beads. So you have your focal bead with 2 of the silver beads on either side. Oh, these lolly beads are silver plated, by the way. So I get them in the center. Choose what size you would want. I'm gonna go for a 7.5. What I do is I go like a half size above what I want. So I'm gonna go on the 8 here. I'm gonna press that on my mandrel. Nice and tight. I'm going to bring the wires around, and each time I make a ring, I wrap them the same way. Like the right side goes underneath the left side as it comes around. So I know every time I do a ring, the wires come around the same way. So I bring them around. I'm still at the 8. I know my numbers are faded here, but I'm at the 8. I pull them tight, and then I bring them around the center bead, just like that. And take it off the mandrel, and I hold everything in place, and then I start wrapping. So I do 2 wraps right next to the center bead. So I'll go around once, I'll pull it through and kind of cinch it snug, but not too tight. You don't want to deform your wire on this side. So I cinch it, push it over again, bring it through again, snug, and then I bring it up next to my silver bead or my 4 millimeter bead, whatever you choose. So that's one side. Flip it over and go to the other side. And all of this I'm doing without tools. So bring it around twice, bring it around again, and snug it up right next to that silver bead. Now you're left with wires pointing in different directions or opposite directions, and that's where I'm going to need my pliers. So I'm going to pull it through again, not too hard where I pull on my shank wires. Make sure they stay nice and flat. once you have your wire through, and this is where I pinch that down with my pliers. Nice and snug. Okay, and I usually put, see that's twisting on me here, so I'm going to bring those wires back. Bring these wires back where they should be. At this point, your wire is going to start stiffening up on you. That's why it's starting to twist. Bring it through and press it down. I kind of push it. And then one more time around. Things might get a little wonky on you, but you can fix that later. So that's 3 times around, 3 wraps from the outside before I press it down for good. I'm going to snip it about in the middle of the shank. Come back and press it down and straighten everybody up. If they're slanted, I can go in from this angle, from opposite corners, and straighten them out. And then we can go to the other side and do the same thing. Bring that through. Press that down nice and snug. This side isn't pulling as hard on the shank as the other side was. Makes it a lot easier when it doesn't pull that much. All right, before I press that down, I'm going to snip it. I try to snip it on a little bit of an angle and press everybody down, straighten everybody up. See, it's a little wonky, and that's when I put it back on my mandrel. And with my rawhide mallet, I lightly tap it to stretch out that shank to where I want it to be, which should be 7.5. And looks like it's gonna make it, so that's good. So from this angle, I'm gonna kind of press on these wires a bit. Turn it around, do the same thing. It's at 7.5, so I'm not gonna push on it this way, but I'm gonna lightly tap the shank to harden it up. And kind of press on these wires again. And there we have it. Nice, quick and easy ring. I check for snags and I don't feel any, so this is usually as far as I go. I don't spend much time on these rings and I charge $5. I feel I don't need to charge more than $5. I mean, you can put your own price on there and do little sales tactics, you know, make them $6, $7 or 2 for $10 or whatever. I just make them all a straight $5. I mean, you saw how quick that was, and the materials are really affordable, so it's really cute and elegant looking and nice and shiny. As far as the coating and how long it lasts, I'm not sure. I'm sure it rubs off, but the ring's only $5, so can't complain with that. Okay, let me quick show you another one. Same thing, but since these lolly beads come with the tiny little 2mm ones, I'm going to show you how to add tiny beads to this same design, and then you can charge a little more for them. Here again, I'm going to cut 10 inches. I have videos on this same design, but using sterling silver and gold fill. So same thing, I'm going to take a 6mm bead and put a 4mm bead on either side. Okay, let me make a 9.5. So I'm going to put this on the 10, and same as before, I'm going to bring this around. The right side I'm going to keep on the lower end, the left side on the higher end. Pull nice and snug and bring these wires up on either side of your bead. At this point you can pull it off, and before we wrap it around, we're going to slip on one of these tiny beads like that. Around once, and before we slip it around again, we're going to slip on another bead. Bring it around nice and snug and sneak it up right next to the silver bead. So now you have some cute little accents. Okay, same with this side. Slip on a tiny bead. Bring it around. Slip on another tiny bead. Keep your silver bead up where it's supposed to be. And bring this guy up. I'm not sure if I'll have enough to go 3 times around, so we'll do 2 and see where we're at. And I don't think it's quite enough, but that's okay. As long as we get like 2, that'd be fine. Okay, and get this around the wire once and cinch that down really nice. Bring it around. Well, we might be able to work with this. Well, yeah, that side's plenty long. I think we have just enough. Let me just snip that off a little bit. Just enough, look at that. Okay, straighten them up, press them down. Okay, let's go to the other side and bring it around. Cinch that down nice and snug. Keep your shank wire straight. Bring this around. Press, press. Bring it around one more time. Okay. We have a tail, a little bit left over. We're going to snip that. Press it down. Straighten them out. Okay, back on the mandrel. Lightly tap. Stretch that out. And we're at a 9.5. That's looking pretty good. We don't really have to mess with that much. And flip it around. Same thing, slightly tap. And that's it. And it looks like a super fancy ring that took you moments to make. And I say you can charge more for this one. All right. And these are gemstone rings. Just wanted to show you some others that I made. So here's a black onyx. And here is a crystal pearl. So that's it for me today. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. Subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.